Hello everyone, this is part 8 and last part video on past year NEET questions from the chapter thermodynamics. Now those who are looking at this video can probably take a look at the previous 7 part videos also, so that you will have continuity. So this part mostly covers the questions that have come from quite a number of years before. Okay, so what generally is observed is the questions which are around 90s and all that will be relatively straightforward formula based kind of questions. Okay, so let's start with the question that has come in the 1996. Which of the following is correct equation? So this we are talking about the first law of thermodynamics. Okay, so we're looking at the first law of thermodynamics. Now here the first law of thermodynamics, right? The way we express the first law of thermodynamics will be different in chemistry and different in physics. Okay, so in chemistry, so when you have a system, right, so we look at the heat exchange delta Q between the system and surrounding. Delta Q can be positive, delta Q can be negative, plus the work exchange. If work is done on the system means what? If work is done on the system means that is energy gain, right? So we'll take it as what? Positive. If work is done by the system means we will take it as negative. In fact, no, sometimes instead of expressing it as delta W, I mean maybe there is an issue because not everywhere you see the delta W. So we also just write it as what? W only. We will not use the symbol delta for the work. Okay, we only write it as what? W. Okay, so del Q, which is the heat exchange, plus W work will be equal to the delta U. Delta U is what? Change in the internal energy. So here if heat is supplied means this will be positive. Okay, so this will be what? Del Q will be positive. And if work is done on the system means what? This also will be positive, so that the overall delta U will be increasing. Whereas if heat is taken out from the system or work is done by the system, then in those cases the respective terms will become what? Negative. Accordingly the delta U value will be decided. Okay, so this is about the convention that we use in the chemistry. And the work expression, right, will be given by the general work expression will be equal to what? Integral P external dV. This is the general work expression. Okay, so this is what we have in terms of the first law of thermodynamics in chemistry. Whereas if you look at the physics part of it, so by this what is the formula we have? Del U is equal to, what is the formula we have? Del U is equal to del Q plus W. Instead of saying delta W, we can say it as what? W. Okay, so del U is equal to del Q plus W. Now the physics part of thermodynamics, we will mostly focus on heat engines. So why there is a difference in convention is because the study of the thermodynamics is mainly done with regard to the heat engines. So heat engines, we supply some heat from source. The heat engine will take heat and it will always try to do work by using the heat. So there we look at work done. So work done is what we look at. So heat taken minus work done will be equal to what? The change in the internal energy. So there the work done formula will be equal to what? Work done by a gas or a system will be integral P external dV. So in this work done formula minus will not come. In the work done formula minus will not be coming. So if you look at the overall expression, right, this is important because a lot of people think that okay, there is some big difference in the physics thermodynamics first law formula and the chemistry part of it. The only difference is in chemistry we will look at it as work as interaction of energy. Work done on the system means we will take it as what? Energy gain, we will take it as positive. Work done by the system means we will take it as negative because it is energy loss. So if you look at the final formula that will come after substituting the W, so you look at the chemistry formula, right? In chemistry what we are going to get? Del Q plus W. What is W? Minus integral P external dV is equal to what? Delta U. This is what we will get in chemistry. Let's go to the physics. What is the physics formula? Del Q minus work done. But what is the work done formula? integral P external dV, that is equal to what, delta U. So we'll see overall there will be no change, it will be the same thing, but the only difference will be what, in chemistry thermodynamics we will look at work as interaction between system and surrounding, and in physics we will always try to calculate the work as what, work done by the system. Okay, the work formula will be different in chemistry and physics. In physics the formula will be for the work done, in chemistry the formula will be for the work interaction. Okay, so this is about the question that has come in the year 1996. Now let us look at a question that has come in the year 1995. The enthalpies of formation of C2H4, CO2, H2O. What are the enthalpies of formation at 25 degrees centigrade and 1 atmosphere pressure? Means these are the standard conditions. 52, minus 394 and minus 286 kilojoule per mole. What do you mean by enthalpy of formation? The enthalpy change involved in the formation of 1 mole of the substance from the basic constituents. That is what we call as the enthalpy of formation. Correct. Now using that we have to find what is the enthalpy of combustion of C2H4. We have to find what is the enthalpy of combustion of C2H4. So how are we going to do it? First we should write down what is the equation for the enthalpy of formation of each of these substances. Okay, and then using Hess law we can relate it to the enthalpy of combustion of C2H4. Otherwise we can do in one more method. Okay, so what is the equation representing combustion of C2H4? C2H4 gas, C2H4 gas plus O2, we have to balance it, gives rise to what? 2CO2 plus enthalpy of combustion means we have to take 1 mole of C2H4. That is the definition of enthalpy of combustion. So 1 mole of C2H4 on combining with oxygen gas will produce, carbons has to be balanced, 2CO2 plus we have 4 means 2H2O. This gas, this is a liquid. Okay, so here if you look at oxygen balance part, what must be the oxygen balance part? Here we have 2 2s are 4 and 2 6, so it will be 3O2. Now this is the overall reaction. If you look at the standard conditions, right, under standard conditions, the enthalpy of formation of any substance under standard conditions will be taken as what? Enthalpy of that particular substance at the standard conditions. Why? Because as a convention, right, the basic constituents at the conditions of 25 degrees centigrade and 1 atmosphere, right, we will take their standard enthalpies to be equal to what? 0. That's why enthalpy of formation of a substance at standard conditions will itself be equal to what? It will be equal to the enthalpy of the substance at the standard conditions. Means what is the enthalpy of C2H4 at standard conditions? 52. What is the enthalpy of CO2 at standard conditions? Minus 394. What is the enthalpy of H2O liquid at standard conditions? Minus 286. So for this given reaction, right, so what we can say, the enthalpy change for the given reaction will be equal to what? Here we have 2 moles of CO2, means what is it going to be? 2 into what will come? Minus 394 will come. Okay, 2 moles of H2O liquid is also there. 2 into minus 286 will come. And reactant side, so this is the product. Okay, so enthalpy of products minus enthalpy of reactant side. What will be the enthalpy of the reactants? We have here oxygen, which is a basic constituent. So standard conditions, enthalpy of oxygen will be equal to what? 0. That is the convention we follow in the thermodynamics. And other reactant is what? 1 mole of C2H4, for which it is what? 52. So minus 52. So this is what is going to give us the answer. I'll just rub this space. So on simplification we will be able to get the answer. So this is the reaction that represents the combustion reaction of the C2H4. It must be always what? Enthalpy of combustion means we look at the reaction representing the combustion of 1 mole of substance, and for this the enthalpy change of the reaction at standard conditions is equal to what? Enthalpy of products minus enthalpy of the reactants. Okay, so that's what we've been doing. So what is it going to be? The enthalpy of product will be what? 2 into minus 394 and 2 into minus 286 minus of enthalpy of reactants are what? There is C2H4 and basic constituent oxygen enthalpy will be taken as what? 0 at standard conditions. We are looking at what? The standard thermodynamic conditions. Okay, so under these conditions what will be the combustion enthalpy of combustion for C2H4? It will be minus 1412 kilojoule per mole. So what is the correct answer? It is option D. So like in all thermodynamics questions, right, we must be careful. Like whenever we are solving a question, the plus and minus part we have to be doubly careful, because every question almost you will see that whenever there is a plus answer, you will also have a minus answer. Okay, let's move on to the next question. This is the question that has come in the year 1995. For a reaction to occur spontaneously, this is a pretty straightforward question. Spontaneity is not decided by the del H, it is not decided by the del S, it is decided by what? Del G. So for a chemical reaction, because chemical reaction happens at constant temperature and pressure conditions, right, del G will be equal to what? Del H minus T del S. When it will be spontaneous? When del G is what? Negative. That represents a spontaneous reaction, means del H minus T del S must be negative. So that is the condition that will give us a spontaneity. Next we have a question that has come in multiple years. During the isothermal expansion of an gas, so during the isothermal means what? Temperature is constant. So temperature is constant, they are commenting on the enthalpy and internal energy. So what about its internal energy? Because we have a formula, right? Change in internal energy is what? NCV delta T, correct? Temperature is constant means what? If the temperature is constant, then the delta T will be 0. That means what? Del U will be 0. So option A is saying what? Internal energy is increasing. That is not correct. Why? Because here the internal energy will be remaining constant. Okay. Now the other three options are commenting on the enthalpy. What is enthalpy? Enthalpy will be equal to what? U plus PV. Okay. Now this is an ideal gas. So for an ideal gas, PV can be also expressed as what? nRT. So del H will be equal to what? Del U plus nR delta T. So change in the enthalpy will be equal to what? Change in the internal energy plus change in nRT. N is a constant, R is a constant, change will be only in terms of temperature. So here what we see is del H will be equal to delta U is 0. Okay. And what about delta T? This is isothermal, right? Means second term is also 0. Means del H is also coming as what? 0. So del U is 0 and del H is also 0. Del H 0 means what? That enthalpy will be remaining constant. It will be remaining unaffected. Okay, so in fact this question has come in couple of other entrance examinations also, not just in NEET. Like for an ideal gas, since enthalpy is a state function, right? If we maintain an isothermal process, then the change in internal energy will be 0, change in enthalpy also will be equal to 0. Next we have a rather straightforward question on the conditions of del H, del S and del G. This is the question that has come in the year 1994. Following reactions occurring in an automobile. What is the reaction? 2 moles of C8H18 gas, hydrocarbon, plus 25 moles of O2 gives rise to 16 moles of CO2 gas and 18 moles of H2O gas. So this is the reaction happening in the automobile. But generally when you are representing the combustion reaction, right, the water form will be indicated in the liquid state. Okay, but here since the automobile chamber, the condition that they are maintaining, right, they would get the water in the gas state. That's what the equation given to us. So our analysis should be based on considering that H2O is in the vapor state or the gaseous state. But normally whenever we are representing the combustion reactions, right, we will be representing the water to be in the liquid state. Okay, now the sign of, but then obviously the question is, why do we represent the water in the liquid state? It is like the water will be formed at the room temperature conditions. The surrounding ambient conditions are what? the normal temperature conditions, which will be in the liquid state. Okay, but the energy released during the combustion will make the water to get evaporated, and that's the reason why we will have finally the water coming in the vapor state. Now the question is the signs of del H, del S and del G would be, we need to find what will be the signs of delta H, del G and del S. See, this is the combustion reaction, right? At the end of the day, it is what? This is the combustion reaction. Combustion reaction means what? The energy will be released. So it means what? For the combustion reactions, del H is going to be what? Negative. Del H will be what? Negative. Okay. And for the reaction that is happening, what we'll see is once the ignition happens, these combustion reactions are what? Spontaneous. The combustion reactions will be spontaneous once we reach the ignition temperature. Means del G also must be what? Negative. Then only they will become spontaneous. What about the del S? What about the del S? Because the reactant side, what is the number of gas moles we have? 2 plus 25, 27 gas moles we have. Product side, how many gas moles we have? 16 plus 18, we have 34 gas moles. Means the entropy is actually increasing. Entropy will be a state function. It depends upon the number of gas particles, right? Because the entropy of the gaseous state will be more than the liquid than the solid. So we will decide the entropy whether it is increasing or decreasing based upon what is the number of gas moles or comparison of number of gas moles. So what do we see? Product side we have 34 moles of gas and reactant side we have 27. Means what? Entropy must be increasing, means del S must be what? Positive. So del H is negative, del S is positive, del G negative. So what is our answer? It will be option D. So del H negative, del S positive, del G negative. Next we have a question that is on the relation between delta H and delta E. For the reaction N2, so we have to assume that this is gas, and this is also what? Gas. For the reaction N2 gas plus 3H2 gas gives rise to 2NH3 gas. What is delta H? So we have to tell the value of delta H in terms of the other parameters. So what are the other parameters? In option A, B and D, they are giving the value of delta H in terms of what? In terms of del E and RT. That's what they are giving in terms of. Option C is straight away saying del H is equal to RT. Okay, so we know that we cannot straight away tell what is the value of delta H, because for a chemical reaction, right, we know we have a relation between del H and del E. What is it? Del H is equal to del E plus del Ng RT. Correct. What is del Ng? Change in number of gas moles. Now here product side we have 2 gas moles, reactant side 3 for the hydrogen, 1 for nitrogen. What is it totally? 4. Means del Ng will be equal to what? 2 minus 4, which is equal to minus 2. Means del H is equal to del E minus 2 into RT, which is what? Del E minus 2 RT, that is del H. Clear? So what will be the answer for this? It is going to be option B. Okay, so look at this. We have del Ng is equal to what? Minus 2. So del H will be equal to what? Del E minus 2 times of RT. It will be option B. Next we have a question that has come in the year 1990. If del H is the change in enthalpy and del E is the change in internal energy accompanying a gaseous reaction. Means the del H is the enthalpy change, del E is the change in internal energy for a gas phase reaction. Then we have to comment what is going to be the relation between del H and del E. So already we have a relation, right? What is it? Del H is equal to what? Del E plus del Ng RT. Now if you look at it, the relation whether it is del H more than del E or del H less than del E, it depends upon what is the del Ng value. Okay, so option A is saying that del H is always greater than del E. No, see, if del Ng is positive, then del H will be more than delta E, because it is like we are adding some positive thing to delta E. If del Ng is negative, then del H will be less than delta E. Okay, so here look at it. Option B is saying what? Del H is less than delta E only if the number of moles of product is more than the number of moles of the reactants, because we are looking at the gaseous reaction, means everything is gas. See, if the number of moles, what is del Ng formula? The product side number of gas moles minus the reactant side number of gas moles. If the product side is more, means we are getting del Ng is what? Positive. In that case, we will not have del H less than del E. We will have del H more than delta E. Okay. So option C is saying what? So option B is also incorrect. Option C is saying what? Del H is always less than delta E. That is also not correct. Option D, I think we got our answer. Option D is saying what? Del H is less than delta E only if the number of moles of products is less than the number of moles of reactants. See, if the number of moles of product is less, means what? Your del Ng will be negative. If del Ng is negative, means look at the condition, what will have? Del H will be less than delta E. So what is the correct answer for this? Option D will be the correct answer. So this is about the last part video, and make sure that you revise all the videos on past year NEET questions from this chapter. We will meet in the next chapter.